Hi everyone, this is going to be a really exciting reading. I am so excited. This is going to be your 2021 predictions month by month for each of the groups. So I'm also going to do a charm reading, and I have my charm board here as well. So you can see we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So this is going to be really excited. I'm going to cast the charms on here and we're going to see what falls into each of the months. I'm also going to be pulling cards for every single month as well. So we've got here 4 groups, so whichever group you are most drawn to, that's going to be for you. Alright, so we've got group number 1 here with this absolutely stunning shoe. It's got some lovely engraving on there as well. Alright, and that comes with the Trip and Wait deck, which for sure is very super colourful. It's really beautiful. Then we have group 2 here as well, with this really beautiful bird and this brand new deck which I have just received, which is very fun indeed. It's actually very beautifully hand drawn. I mean, to be honest, tarot cards are hand drawn, but this one is quite funny actually. So if you're interested in that, that is group 2. Then we've got here group 3 with this beautiful key, which actually matches the card on the Smith-Waite deck as well, which is really beautiful. And then group 4 here has the jug, which is really lovely, again with some beautiful engraving, and this is the deck which is called the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. So whichever group you're most interested in, that's going to be for you. And we're going to go from January to December for 2021, so that's really quite, it's quite a lot that we're going to look into, but I hope you are excited, and I hope that this reading really does give you that sort of knowledge that you may be searching for in regards to the new year as well. So I'm going to start with group number 1. I just want to mention as well, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, do check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information is also in the description box below as well. And then there's also my intention bracelet store. So if you are interested in purchasing any of these handmade intention bracelets, do check out my Etsy store, which is in the description box below. Everything is handmade, meditated with, and saged. They're there to remove obstacles and challenges from different areas of your life. I'm wearing a bunch of the loved ones here, but there's also the evil eye, protection, health and happiness, finance and wealth items on there as well. There's bracelets, necklaces, crystals, there's tassels, pom-poms, teas, so many items. Review section is on there as well, 5-star reviews, so do check those out for sure. If you want to see how other people have seen results of these items, it is as simple as that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these to the side. Okay, so we're going to start first of all with group number 1. So obviously with that being said, I'm going to move the rest of these to the side so we can get started straight away. As I mentioned, everything is in the description box below. Okay. Let's just move these along. Okay, I'm just going to go like this because I will have to fit my charm board in at some point. Okay, let's see. Alright, so group number 1, we're going to have a look from January to December of 2021. I am going to pull a card for every single month, and also I have my charm board as well, so we're going to do a charm reading and see what is coming through, which is going to be for sure very exciting, and it may even correspond with the cards, which I think is going to be something that will happen. So first of all, let's get your 12 card spread out on the table and we will see what is coming through. Also, you have chosen the shoe, which is rather beautiful. This can also symbolize something, so we will definitely have a look as we get through it all. So let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start with January, so we're going to go from the top to the bottom essentially. Okay, so it's going to go in order. So there you go, first card here, Queen of Cups for January. Okay, so to me, here you are starting the year off with a lot of emotional, I want to say stability, but a lot of emotional awareness. Okay, you are understanding yourself a lot more. You're coming into terms with your own personal confidence as well. You're not afraid to be vulnerable, whereas before you may have been really overwhelmed to be emotional. Here you are being like, you know what, I have the most amazing cup in tarot. Nobody can stop me, okay? No one can stop me. This is you coming into your own in January, feeling strong, feeling confident, feeling worthy, all right? And that is how you start off this year. You're not punishing yourself for certain things. You're actually just coming into your own and feeling strong about yourself. And that is a very strong energy that is connected to your intuition and your gut. You're paying attention to that. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull all of the cards out. It's just that that card just stood out to me. I was like, whoa, okay. And you know, the Queen of Cups knows how to sort of put a lid on things, right? Because Queen of Cups is the only cup in tarot that has a lid. So it's just something to be aware of. Okay, so we've got here some more cards. So January, then February. We've got here March, April. Let's just push this a little bit. May. June. July. August, okay. It's interesting that August has an 8, right? That's really interesting to me. September, it's interesting that in September you've got Justice, because you've got in September Libra season, right? So you see how some of these cards are already starting to make a lot of sense with the months that are being connected to. Okay, so now we go to October. Whoa, okay, so in October we've got the Hermit. And then November is the 6 of Pentacles, and the last card here for December is the Queen of Pentacles. You've got a really lovely outlook here that I'm picking up on. All right, so what's really interesting here, and we'll get into the charms in just a bit, let me just go through your year, okay, is you start off feeling very, very confident within yourself. You're like, no, what I feel is okay. Especially for those of you that have had like a lot of self-esteem issues, Queen of Cups here shows you feeling pretty good about your emotional sense of self and really coming to terms with yourself. We have here the Wheel of Fortune, which is absolutely incredible. There could be a job offer for many of you. There could be a promotion. But what I'm seeing here specifically is there's an opportunity. Now, for those of you that are in education, this can also point towards an opportunity that you can receive, which can really help you in terms of your future. I also see these as stepping stone opportunities where, say for example, someone wants to land an internship and maybe it's not very paid, like paid very well, for example, but it's a stepping stone that can be so beautiful for the future, right? Because it's something you put on your CV or your resume and it can get you something really good. So these stepping stone opportunities also come through with the Wheel of Fortune. That's really beautiful, and I see that here in February. I also see this prospect around love as well. Okay, you may have interest being shown to you in regards to love as well. Basically, the Wheel of Fortune here is showing these new chapters opening up for you, especially these chapters where you may have felt really vulnerable in regards to 2020, and then sort of coming into 2021 you might have been like, oh, I'm a bit scared about this, or I'm not really sure about this, I'm not sure how I feel about this, I'm not sure this, that, so basically, coming into 2021, you are so much more aligned to yourself, which is why the universe is giving you more on your plate. And even getting into February, you are starting to align to your higher self. And that in turn is allowing the universe to bring you more abundance, bring you closer to your goals and your dreams. So what I would suggest is January is a great month for making a vision board, looking at what you would like to achieve, how you would like to go about things. It's an amazing, amazing month to do so. Then we go into March, okay, so yes, February is followed by March. March here shows a lot of self-reflection. It almost seems to me like you have lots and lots of choices here as to what you want to perhaps do, or even people giving you lots of choice here. So the Seven of Pentacles shows a lot of personal growth and development as well. It can also mean maturity. So you're really coming into your own self here, and I feel like you're thinking about, okay, I have some choices. I have, my own life. I can make my own decisions. So what is it that I really want to be doing? March is really full of that. And then going to April, that you might be taking a little bit of a break or a vacation here. The Three of Wands here shows retreat, and it also shows you looking out into the world and thinking, okay, am I happy with my current situation? Whether that is a relationship, whether that is career, whether that is friendships, or your education, if you're, in education. This is you really thinking about those aspects and thinking, okay, like what do I actually want to achieve in my life? Where do I want to go? What is my purpose? You are really going to be thinking about all of that here in April. Then we get into May, okay, 5th month. May is about setting boundaries for yourself, okay? Where sometimes I feel like maybe some of you are, you like to please people and you're always there for people, you're always trying to help. Here you are setting boundaries for yourself so that people can't just like run over or walk all over you, right? So Queen of Swords here is you having this power to say no when you really want to say no and saying yes when you really want to say yes. And the Queen of Swords here shows protection, okay? So you might be seeing a lot of butterflies, you might be seeing a lot of like dragonflies or birds in general, a lot of feathers, wings, for example, just, in general, because I see here this element of transformation, and in traditional tarot, the queen actually wears a crown that has butterflies on it, and you've also got butterflies here as well. I see you really coming into your own and feeling really, really confident. There's a sense of transformation where you're coming out of this cocoon and you are starting to be more of yourself, which is also attracting you so many more opportunities as well. So we go on to June now, and June brings us the Knight of Pentacles. I see here another increase. It can be in finances, can also be another opportunity. It can also symbolizing, wow, my English is so perfect today. Can symbolize moving, okay? So you might be moving. You might be moving jobs, you might be moving houses, homes, for example, same thing, right? Houses, homes, moving countries, traveling, but it could be like, long travel, if that makes any sense. So that's what I see here with the Knight of Pentacles, but there's also abundance coming also in return as well, which of course would make sense. So that's what we've got there. July brings us the Lovers, not really surprised. We tend to see the Lovers card a lot in July. This shows romantic energy. This is going to be a little bit general, and obviously there's so many people watching this reading, so when you've got quite a few people watching this reading, it means different things also, obviously, if you'd like a private reading, that's a completely separate thing, and that would go much more in depth into your own energy. But the Lovers here is more so showcasing engagements, marriages, proposals as well. It's also showing this energy where a lot of you here, especially if you're single, like completely single, you can be meeting someone brand new in that sense as well. And it can really be someone that sweeps you off your feet and you go, oh my gosh, I never expected to meet somebody like you. And it can be really exciting as well. So the Lovers here is beautiful, beautiful energy. Also Gemini energy as well. It also shows here a lovely sort of like summer energy as well. I know it's not summer everywhere in the world in July, but it just comes across as like this really beautiful, fruitful energy where you're also being protected at the same time. So the Lovers here quite literally does show love, and it shows romantic love for you. So keep that in mind in July. Just saying. September here, wait, hold on a second. October. Sorry, no, not October. August. Oh my gosh, where am I going? I was going to say August, and it was just. Anyways, so we go from July to August. So August is also number 8 as well, right? And we got here the 8 of Pentacles. A lot of effort going into work here. This can also symbolize DIY as well, DIY projects, crafting, and things like that, which is very interesting. And then we also go to September. So in September, you do also have Libra season, right? So this Justice card here is also showing that for some of you, okay, because for some of you might have been going through some like court issues or things like that, there can be some of that coming through here, but it shows more of a resolution to any court situations that have been outstanding or that you have had to go through. Shows things being resolved. Justice also is about balance, and it's also about your good karma coming back to you as well. Okay, so long as you do good, you will essentially get your good karma come back to you at some point. Okay, so that here is Justice showing you a lot of balance as well, and also beauty. You might be paying a lot more attention to your looks and essentially connecting more to yourself in that sense as well, through your fashion sense or getting a haircut, makeover, skincare, that kind of stuff as well, male or female, I will say. From September we go to October. The Hermit is very much so present. This is about analysis. This can also represent you writing essays or writing a book. It's interesting actually, because I see a lot of writing happening for pretty much a lot of you. You're writing a lot, and I'm not just talking like, oh yeah, you're going to write something here in October. Like, that's really general and very, very vague. But I see here a lot of in-depth writing. So you might be writing a proposal towards something. You might be writing a letter. You might be reading through contracts there, or even writing a contract, which I think is very interesting. So the Hermit here shows that, and it also shows you going into your own energy as well. You know, as a lot of people do get into October, they then start to think about the new year, and they start to think about, okay, am I where I want to be? You know, this is the last quarter. So that's what I see here, is that you're really thinking about 2022 as you're literally in October of 2021. I know it's crazy because as I'm making this video, we're in 2020, but you know, we're talking about 2022 here. It's crazy, but yeah, that's what I see here. Into November, Six of Pentacles shows you doing some charitable work. Perhaps you're volunteering, you're giving back, and perhaps you're listening to other people's stories, or you're going out into the community and helping others. This kind of energy I see here with November. It can also be really linked to like gratitude. I know that in America as well, you know, there's Thanksgiving as well. So, yeah, that's really interesting. You've got this sort of like gratitude kind of energy where you're trying to give back. And I also feel that you will perhaps save up some money on the side to be able to help give back. So that's really interesting. That's what's coming through in November, like a really grateful energy. I think you're going to be really grateful in November of 2021. And then also in December here, Queen of Pentacles, you're feeling stable, you're feeling very happy with how the year has panned out. Sure, it's not perfect, but you know, it's really panning out to a point where you're going to understand like, wow, yeah, I did mature, I did get stronger, I, you know, had this beautiful like love. There's definitely something about love coming through here as well, where you feel stable, you feel like aspects of your life are really coming together as well, and you feel content also with your living situation as well. All right, so let's do your charms as well. Okay, so I'm going to do half and half, okay, because it's just it's better for me to do it that way, okay. Okay. And the other half. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, really interesting. So, the only thing we have here in January is the compass, okay? So this is about navigation, this is about finding yourself. It's also about the direction in which you want to go in, which I'm not surprised with that Queen of Pentacles energy, right? This is really about yourself and understanding the direction you want to go in. So we'll go straight to February. In February, of course, we had the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got here love, okay? So I did mention as well that there can be opportunities and avenues in regards to love that can also progress for you and be quite abundant. Also in February as well, we have got here the hot air balloon, which is also about letting go, and it's also about new beginnings, right? It's about new chapters, as I mentioned with the Wheel of Fortune card, because on the Wheel of Fortune card, you've quite literally got these books on it, which I also mentioned, right? New chapters. So that's really interesting. You've got this sort of letting go energy and sort of going with the flow and not letting things weigh you down. You've also got the hashtag as well. So you might be posting on social media, really be interested in social media. There's something about hashtags here as well. Hashtags have, you know, lots of meanings, not just always about tagging in social media, but I think that will make sense to some of you. In that sense, we've got a lot happening here in March. As I mentioned, there's a lot of opportunities, or there's a lot happening here that you're going to reflect on. There's, you know, choices that I feel, and to be honest, look at March, right? March is filled with stuff, not surprised by that. Here you go with this, I believe this is the Capricorn. Well, you've got Capricorn and Aries, to be honest. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense because I always look at these two and I get a little bit confused, although I believe this is Capricorn and this is Aries, just because of their, yeah. But it's interesting, you've got both. So you've got this Capricorn and Aries energy. All right, so you've got a lot of things fighting for your attention here. So, you know, it's kind of like you've got so much going on. Like, what are you going to give your attention to? And it can also be people as well. You know, perhaps there's two people here fighting for your attention. Could be one is a Capricorn, another one is an Aries. But just in general, like they're two different situations here. You've got an S as well. This can also symbolize, you know, someone's name, initial from somebody's name. Let me just grab this. Oh, you've also got a skull as well, right? So that's also about transformations and sort of like thinking about, oh, should I take on a new beginning as well? That's really interesting. You've got the skull here. It could also be that perhaps someone very close to you, like a relative, passed away in the month of March, which you are also trying to attend to in some way, shape or form. I'm talking more so a past relative, right? I'm not saying that someone's going to pass away in March. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying like someone from the past, like before, that could be a month that's really significant for you in regards to a relative that has passed away, and so you might be visiting, for example, their graveyard. You know, that it's that kind of energy. I'm not saying that someone's going to pass away, like that's not what I'm saying, because you've already got the skull here, right? That's really interesting. And you've got here the violin as well, so it seems a little bit, you know, interesting actually. You might be taking up a new instrument, or be really interested in music, listening to music more so than ever before. That's really interesting. Okay, so that's what we've got there. And then again, continuing in March, you've got here Sagittarius energy. So look, a lot of things are taking up your energy. You might be into like sports, you might be into just a lot of things in general. You've got here the cat as well. Okay, cat is also about rest, so make sure you do get that rest. And you've also got here protection with the feather as well. It's really interesting. You've got a lot going on, and you've got a dog here as well. Okay, so dog is about loyalty. So you may feel like, oh, I need to help this person, I need to help this person, I need to help this person, I need to go here, I need to do this, because you just have loyalty, you know, to people. But make sure you rest as well. Okay, so that's the Seven of Pentacles. Now we go to April, right, where we have that Three of Wands. I'm seeing this camera here. It's just resting between April, to be honest. You might be, like I mentioned, right, you might be going on a trip or taking like a retreat here. So, you know, camera, not surprised by that. You might be taking lots of photographs of the place that you're going to. You've also got here the crystal, which represents the throat chakra, so a lot of communication with those around you. I also see here the letter L, okay, can be very significant for April. Also, you've got here some more wings as well, so you're protected, you really are. And here you are listening to your intuition, okay, and your gut. Really important here with the moon. Also, can be that the full moon or the new moon are quite intense in April. You've got sports here as well, so you might be playing some kind of sport or just wanting to be a team player in general. Next we go to May. We have the Queen of Swords, and the only thing we really have in there is the letter O. Okay, so O, which, you know, again can be the initials of you know, friends. Could be your initial, could be someone else's initial, could be the place that you work at or something that you're doing. Okay, and then we go to June. So for June here, we actually have the Greater. Okay, that's really interesting, isn't it? It's kind of like shedding as well. So June was the Knight of Pentacles, which showed opportunities as well. You know, like shedding and grating, you're like getting rid of like the outer skin as well. I like think of a snake at the same time. So you're really growing into yourself as well, which I think is really interesting. And you've also got here the suitcase as well, right? I did mention moving. I did also mention moving homes, moving, traveling, right? So you've got the suitcase there. It makes a lot of sense. You've also got here the bird on the branch as well, so this can also signify, again, traveling, moving. And you've also got here as well the Cupid energy as well, so this could be to do with love, but it can also very much so be to do with, you know, feeling happy, feeling satisfied as well. Let's put that back in there. So July here, of course, we have the Lovers. We haven't really got anything else in July aside from this one little charm, which is essentially, it's the whale. That's really cute. This really is about, you know, feeling at home, feeling safe, and feeling very, very content. It's also about feeling like you're in the right place as well. So then we go to August, which of course is the Eight of Pentacles. Ta-da! We've got here the blue crystal, which is nice, and this is very relaxing and very calm. Like, yes, I do feel that you're going to be doing, you know, a lot of work, but I also feel like you'll have time to do like hobbies and crafting items or DIY and things like that. So I actually see it being quite a calm month for you in regards to work. And also this is representative, there we go, of the throat chakra, which is really lovely. So then we go to September. Got the initial or the letter R. We've also got another hashtag as well. Extra emphasis on that. So, you know, I mentioned like legal things more so there as well. You've got the boat here, which can show traveling. This makes a lot of sense. See, you've got the spanner as well. This means fixing things. So again, with legal issues, makes a lot of sense. But this can also be just reading over contracts and sort of going over those little bits and pieces. You've also got the elephant as well. Remember, an elephant never forgets. Dun, dun, dun. Also, elephant symbolises protection, which is really great. Very, very lovely. Do you know what's really fascinating here about... we're still in October here. Well, actually, it's still fascinating because you've got the ring, but the ring kind of goes over September, October, November, and December. Like it's literally right in the middle. Do you guys see that? This is this is September. This is October, this is November, this is December, and the ring is right in the middle. So there's definite emphasis here on perhaps wanting commitment or wanting things to progress a lot more in terms of love. It's interesting here because in September you have got the ring actually in here as well. So that can also symbolize something. And then finally you have got here also it's either American football or like rugby, you know, it's that kind of sport. You might be going to see that, or perhaps you have an interest in it, or just this can also resemble being a team player as well. You might be diplomatic about things, but you've also got the ring, which shows commitment as well, really, you know, wanting that quite significantly here. So justice can also show, again, perhaps these are legal matters that you're trying to figure out in regards to perhaps you know, separations and things like that. So it's just something to keep in mind. Then, of course, we've got here October. Again, you've got the ring. Okay, so this particular matter can still kind of, you know, sort of stem over the rest of the year as well in terms of something you're thinking about. Can also be that maybe you want a proposal, so it's something that's constantly on your mind. Okay, so that's pretty much explained now. If we go to October, you've got the Hermit here, and you've also got this star as well. Now, this is also you know, a star that also represents faith as well. It represents spirituality, it represents your path and what you would like to achieve. You've also got here the home as well, so I do feel that you're going to be sort of in your energy quite a lot, perhaps being home a lot more as well, and spending more time with yourself. And of course, you've got here the butterfly as well, so huge transformation. You're really going to be thinking about ways in which you have really grown and transformed. Then November here, we've got here the rocking horse. Okay, so you're finding personal pleasure in really helping others, and I also feel like November here is really you feeling quite happy about where you are in your life. You may also feel like you've sort of just been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but actually really enjoyed that kind of energy, interestingly enough. Also, you know, helping others as well is coming through quite strong. You've got here the clothes, so some of you might be donating some of your clothes here. This is also a chef's outfit as well, so you might be going to food banks, you might be cooking up some meals and delivering it to people that are homeless. I see a lot of volunteer work, and it makes a lot of sense here because not only do you have a garment where you might be quite literally donating garments, but also, you know, making food or giving food as well, which I think is really interesting as well. I believe that was in here. And then you've also got here this, I believe there's a feather that's preserved in here, and this really represents, again, protection and just that it's really good karma, essentially. Okay, so that's November, and then getting on to December, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which I love. So you've got this moon here, which is very, very content with the star. It's just showing balance and harmony, and this is like a marker, right, which indicates like a location. You are feeling like you are meant to be in this place, that you are, and that you feel like, you know what, I'm meant to be here, I feel good, I feel like this is just where I'm meant to be, and you feel content, essentially. So that is what I'm seeing. Wow. Okay, so group number 1, that was your reading. All right, for January to December for 2021, very, very in depth in that sense, more so like month to month, you know, so that was pretty much your reading. I really hope that this helped you, gave you tons of clarity, information, knowledge. If it resonates, you know, because obviously that's in a little bit of time, but when it does resonate, do come back and let me know, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, you know, and do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on Etsy as well. Alright, so I'm just going to move on now to group number 2, and finding a way also to put these back into my little Ooh, I like how this is definitely not working. Da 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 da. I like doing everything like real time. I just find it really therapeutic. I could edit my video, but I just like it. It's kind of like you're here with me, kind of just seeing the whole process as well. Da 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 da. And you have timestamps, so you don't have to watch me do all of this. All right. Cool. Alright, so group number 2, we are going to have a look and see what is coming through month by month, January through to December of 2021. So I'm going to do the tarot spread for that, and also we've got here the bird, which you have chosen, and I have here the charm board as well. We're going to go from January all the way down to December and see what is coming through. I'm so excited. I hope you are as well. So let's begin straight away. Okay, so you've chosen bird. We're going to place it right there. Alright, so let's have a look. So I'm going to start at the top with January. We're going to do a card for each month. And we'll also have the charms as well. So we're going to get a lot of information here for your year. So let's begin. Okay. So we start here, January, Page of Wands. Okay, so some really exciting creative endeavors here that I'm seeing. Also see here like attraction, chemistry, that kind of energy. Can also be intimacy as well, which is like something quite strong we're picking up on. But you're feeling good about 2021. You're like, yeah, nothing's going to hold me back in this year. I'm just moving forward. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling creative. Nothing can hold me back. You know, Page of Wands is also like a messenger as well. So you're feeling good, and you're feeling good about people around you as well. Let's go now to February, and some cards may come out together, so I'll take that into the next month. Okay, so let's see. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. So February, we've got here the Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. Wow, so areas in regards to your home and your family are really coming together. You're feeling good, you're feeling happy. This can also mean promotions and progression in terms of work-related areas as well, which is absolutely stunning, very, very beautiful. And the other thing that I'm really picking up on as well is that for some of you, this is about children. So some of you could be having children, as in there could be the delivery of a child in February, or someone in your family could be having a child, someone close, or you adopting pets, for example, or buying a pet, for example. Yeah, there's something really strong in regards to the home life coming through there. And also Ten of Pentacles also represents financial stability, so you may find that that's coming together. January, February, March. Okay, so March here brings us the Star. This is also about wishes being granted, stars aligning. This is also about personal healing as well. Okay, so it's never late to heal, but you may be thinking like, oh, you know, I'm thinking about this thing from the past. I don't really want to think about it anymore. You might really be thinking to yourself, yeah, I need to heal it now. I need to move on. I need to take care of myself and not worry more and more and more about it. So got the Star right there. April, we have here the Ace of Pentacles, which is really beautiful. So Ace of Pentacles here shows opportunity, and it also shows growth as well, which I think is absolutely incredible. You've got a lot of pentacles and stars, right? And stars also in the pentacles. So this here shows, again, more opportunity. And I think because you are really taking into consideration yourself and looking after yourself, the universe is really delivering to you in 2021. You might feel like, oh my God, there's like this overflow of abundance all of a sudden, which I didn't have in 2020. Like, where is this all coming from? And it's really because you're working on yourself here. And the Ace of Pentacles here is really showing opportunities in regards to work, in regards to career, and also in terms of family as well. And then you have the progression card from the Ace to the 2 coming through in the next month. So you know, May is really bringing you the Two of Pentacles, which is balance, which is bringing you fulfillment. You know, the waves in the background represent the things that perhaps you were healing through in March. So here in May, you are truly in front of that. You've left all of that energy that you were struggling with in the past. You've really healed from it. You're finding your personal ground, personal balance, and you're feeling very, very strong in regards to it. I think that's absolutely lovely. Wow. Okay. Let's go to June. We've got the Hierophant. Okay, so this can also represent stability, security, commitment. Can also mean marriage as well, and authority in regards to the home sense. So some of you might be purchasing your first ever home. You might be leaving home for the first time, for example, as well. This here is really about finding your feet and your personal stability as well. So the Hierophant is very, very strong in that sense. It's literally showing you having something of your own, feeling good, feeling strong, not worrying about other people. This is really about you having that personal stability within yourself. Wow. And also can also indicate marriage commitment as well, which is really interesting. So May, June, July. So July, we have here the World card. Okay, so the World card is beautiful because it shows here things coming together for you. So for example, if you have really been struggling with things like mental health, you're feeling a lot better here in the World card. You feel like all this background noise is really around you and you're actually very well protected. For some of you, you may feel like you're way too protected. So you may feel like, oh, there's not that many friends around me. But actually you're being protected from certain people that could actually cause so much more chaos in your life. So just note that whatever's happening here in July, you're being protected. And the World card also is about structure and organization. So you may feel at times a little bit sort of left out in the cold. Can also be in terms of career as well. You might feel like, oh, all these people are doing like this, and this, and I just feel really left out. Like nobody's asking me if I want to join. Just realize and know that sometimes the divine does things to protect us, right? So you might be thinking, oh, I didn't get invited onto that trip. It's okay, because you don't know what could have happened on that trip. You get my gist, right? So you're being protected here in July. Take it as a form of protection. Take it as a form of that's just how it's meant to be. I know it's hard to understand that sometimes. But that's what I see here, the World card, is everything is happening for its own reason. Okay, and that's what I see there. Now let's go to August. Okay, so August is the Knight of Wands. Not surprised because you got like Leo energy coming through there as well, right? And then September here, we've got the King of Pentacles. Not surprised because got Virgo energy as well, stemming through September. So what does this show us? Well, it shows us many things. First of all, August and September are clearly linked together in many ways, because the Knight of Wands here shows a lot of energy. You might decide to set up your own business here in August, and you might be thinking to yourself, you know what? I just want to go out there. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to like work under someone else, or I just want to be free. I want to do things my own way. I know I work really hard, so I want to do it by myself. So this is the Knight of Wands, taking matters into your own hands, charging towards what you feel is most important. This is also about creativity. And for many of you, you might actually be like, you know what, I love that person. I'm not going to give up on that person. So again, this is really you taking a lot of matters into your own hands and just not caring what the rest of the world thinks, basically. Okay, because I think that some of you here are a bit fed up in July. You might be thinking like, why am I the one that is always having to do things? Hello, you know, so here you are feeling really confident and very strong, really within yourself. in yourself as well, and kind of just taking matters into your own hands, kind of almost rebelling July a little bit, but also knowing like consequence and risk and things like that. September, King of Pentacles, feeling very strong, very content within yourself. Whatever here you have tried to make happen is successful in September. So keep that in mind, all right? September here brings you maturity, stability, and it also gives you the sense of authority. Now that authority also came through here as well, right? In June. But also that was more so in terms of like moving, the home sense, you know, that kind of energy as well. Can also be in terms of love. But here you are in September feeling like, you know what, actually now everything has come together, which I think is really interesting. So, you know, King of Pentacles and the Hierophant, both of them are actually Taurus energy, believe it or not. So they both connect to one another. So obviously one really great moment for you is, of course, June. Another moment here is, of course, September, in regards to personal stability, and of course February as well. Okay, so if you're looking for the most stable months, I would say February, September, and June. This can also indicate where you gain more money. Okay, so it can be a promotion, can be, oh wow, Queen of Pentacles for October, right? So you may gain more money here, more stability, and also you may just gain more happiness in general. And then also October here is the Page of Pentacles. Let's get December since we're at it already. Let's see. Eight of Wands. Right, okay, cool, nice. So We already spoke about September. It's giving you lots and lots of stability. I feel like you're going to be financially in a good place in September. When we talk about October, I really feel here with the Queen of Pentacles, this is about the other person. So this can be about your life partner, or the person that is your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner, for example. This can also be about your business partner, all right? But for a lot of you, it's going to be about romantic partner. This is also about you feeling really aligned to that person and trying to do as much as you can also for them as well. So the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles shows you and your romantic person in a lot of good harmony around September and October time of 2021. As we get into November, Page of Pentacles here is really showing new opportunities, embarking on new ideas. Now, if you have your own business, okay, which I feel like a lot of you might actually around the end of 2021, if not, you're in a really good place, I feel, working-wise. What I'm seeing here, and also for those of you in career as well, this can be about you getting to a place where you feel confident within sort of your future path. What I see here is good opportunities coming, like new opportunities, right? Where you might get interesting people come to you with proposals, maybe sponsorships, maybe coming to you and being like, hey, I have this idea, how do you feel about implementing it somehow, or how do you feel about this new product? Or you might discover something that really just works well in regards to your work environment. So that's what the Page of Pentacles here really shows, and it shows a lot of influence, especially around these 3 months here. A lot of career energy is coming through. When we get into December, there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of progression, there's a lot of joy. That's what I'm seeing, right? So there's a lot of communication with those around you, friends, family members, love-wise as well. And then also the Eight of Wands really does represent a lot of personal growth and development, which kind of shoots right into 2022 as well. Okay, so now let's get into the charms and see what's coming through. That was definitely very interesting, but the charms really sort of ties everything together. So let's go half and half. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, there's another charm that just fell out as well, but I'm going to put that back in. And then let's do the second bit. Okay, so January, the little tag that we have here is imagine. So I did mention for January that there can be some really exciting prospects and things that you're really quite excited about. So, and I did mention that the Page of Wands is like a messenger, but is also to do with creativity and inspiration, but also very much so to do with intimacy as well. So imagine, right? Your imagination is going to be running wild in January. Write down your thoughts, write it down, because again, you've got here the heart, which is sort of in this sort of reddish pinkish colour, which is also to do with your root chakra, and that is also to do with that sort of fiery, passionate energy. Okay, so that's quite strong there, and it connects with what I said. Now, getting into February, we've got here the Ten of Pentacles, which we spoke about. You've got here Om as well, right? So that's very prosperous, very, very prosperous in that sense. It's showing peace, and it's also showing this prosperous energy. And then you've also got here a family's love is forever. So remember I did mention that there's something really strong in regards to family coming through with the Ten of Pentacles. Can be, children, can be pets, can be home, your living sense, you being very happy with that. So I'm not surprised by that. And then the other thing in February here as well is I can't get it out, but it's a mushroom. Okay, so the mushroom here really represents also, your garden. It also represents perhaps you're planting seeds, right? You're wanting to grow your own crops, or vegetables, fruits, So that's really interesting. Then getting into March, you've also got here so we have the Star card. So you've got here the shell, and the shell here also represents really coming out of your shell. That's what I'm seeing here, right? Because you're healing and you're looking into past aspects, and you're really healing yourself. And see, you've got this sort of Taurus energy as well. You're really becoming much more stable within yourself as well, and trying not to be as stubborn, because the Taurus energy can be stubborn. See, you've got also this sun kind of charm, but this also reminds me of the mechanisms as well, right, that connect to other mechanisms, and then they start to turn. So this is again about fixing and doing inner work. So that's what we've got there. And then the last thing for March here is this sort of beautiful angel or fairy, and again that shows protection as well. Now if we go into April, we had the Ace of Pentacles, and here we've got the moon with a star, very, very content. So you're feeling really good about the opportunities coming your way. You've also got the moon here in the rose quartz as well. So really beautiful, like loving and healing energy, which is really showing good things coming your way. And also that you can do sort of like this full moon ritual or energy as well. If I just show you the charms as well so you can kind of just see them, there you go. So we go now to May, right? May here has got a beautiful, so you've got the Two of Pentacles, butterfly, okay? So you're transforming, you're becoming much more balanced, you're using those wings. Remember, wings are also balanced, right? So aeroplanes also have wings too, right? They have to balance. So remember, with the Two of Pentacles, you've got sort of the two pentacles on both sides and that sense of balance, which of course is just really important. You've also got, so that's all you've got for May. And then for June, we had the card, which is the Hierophant, right? There it is. So for June, you have here, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. That's really interesting. There's a stable aspect here in regards to love for June. We've also got here the ring, so I'm not surprised because in the Hierophant card you've got two keys that cross over, so again that's to do with commitment, so you might be gaining commitment around that time. You've also got the monkey, a very beautiful, playful energy. Okay, so I don't see like any really like difficult arguments, but of course that's also depending on free will as well. And then you've also got the heart chakra crystal as well, which really does again connect to your heart, can connect to love, and just having this stable, strong love as well in June. As we get into July, the only thing that we do have, and of course the card is the World card, the only thing that we do have is this bird sitting on the branch. And as I mentioned, you know, you might feel a little bit lonely, you might feel isolated, but you're being protected, and that's really important here to know as well. So you've still got your wings, but you might feel a bit isolated. Then into August, we have got here the Knight of Wands, and the only thing in August is the key. Okay, so you are taking that key and you are rushing towards the locks, and you're like, okay, does this open? Does this open? Because you're taking matters into your own hands here, and you're really trying to find your way to go forward in terms of ambition as well. That's really interesting. Now, September brings us a lot. We've got here the marker. Okay, so this shows here you being quite content with where you are. You've got here the Q as well. That's really interesting, letter-wise. This could be initial. But also you've got Queen as well next to the King. So you might be thinking about, you know, your partner, for example. Blue heart crystal as well. This really represents serenity, peace and calmness, which to be honest you do have, I feel, here in September. And then the last thing we have here is of course the Saturn energy, which is to do with structure, to do with routine, and you again really taking matters into your own hands. Then we go into October, which has the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got here the we've got the cheese grater, which I think is very interesting, or just the grater in general. Okay, this really is about like shedding, you know, like shedding, just in general, shedding. And also a cat as well. I mean, cats shed a lot too, right? So that's really interesting. It's like shedding the old and the new kind of coming in. But also the cat here is about personality and also rest and just feeling like, wow, you know what, things are very, very balanced. You've got here the heart chakra crystal again, so it shows you feeling very content here with your partner. And also you've got here, see, partners, playing games together, having fun together, enjoying time together, being a team. That's what we've got there. And then you've also got the initial, which is the R. Ta-da! Okay, so that's what we've got in October. So that can be, you know, your initial, their initial, etc. November doesn't really bring us anything, but we did talk about the card. And then in December, you've got here a lot happening, basically. You've got here two blue charms. So your communication, like I mentioned, Eight of Wands is all about like communication, back and forth communication and momentum. Who also carries lots of momentum? Dolphins, right? They carry so much momentum in terms of movement. There's a lot of movement happening, and also the Eight of Wands is a solid communication card, and we know that communication is very much so part of like the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is blue, so that really is quite significant and strong. So that's what we've got for you, January to December of 2021. Really hope that this helped you, gave you tons of clarity, information and knowledge. If this reading resonated, do let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items as well. And do take care. Okay, so I am just going to put these charms back in to the box, And then I'm going to move on to group number 3. Okay, I like doing this real time. I don't know why, I find it really therapeutic. But that's why I put the timestamps, so that nobody has to watch the process if they don't want to. All right. Da 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 da. Okay, cool. Let's get this pile out. Ooh, it's so beautiful and green. Hi there, group number 3. This is your reading from, well, this is going to be a 2021 prediction for the entire year, but it's going to go from January to December, and we're also going to do the charm readings as well. So we've got here January through to December, which is quite exciting. So do stay tuned for that. First, I'm going to pull cards for each of the month. So we're going to do that. And you chose here this beautiful green key with the gold, which also kind of matches the deck as well. So let's have a look and see what is coming through. So I'm going to do a card for each month, so then we'll have all the cards out on the table, I'll explain them, and then we will do the charms, because I found that actually the charms are relating to the cards so well. It's actually surprising me in many ways. So the first card here we have is the 3 of Pentacles. So in January, you are going to get off to a bang. There's going to be a lot of work, not bad bang, but like, you know, a lot of teamwork, collaboration. It seems to be quite busy, which is quite interesting as well. And you're really going to be looked at in regards to your work. So putting in the sort of best effort you can is one of the best things you can do in regards to January. Just try and do the best that you can, because it's going to get recognized. Okay, so February here with the 2 as well. You know, we know that February is the 2nd month, so we've got here the 2 of Pentacles. This shows a lot of balance, and it shows you juggling a lot of things all at once. Okay, it can also be, for many of you, juggling a relationship also with your career and also your home life as well, and it can kind of make you feel like, oh my god, it's a lot, you know. Emotionally, it can become a lot, so it's just something to keep in mind. But you've got a lot of responsibilities here in February, but in a good way, right? Because you have all of these things, rather than like not having these things. You do have these things, so actually it's, you know, it's pretty fair in that sense. So next we go to March. Let's see. Okay, so I actually got here the moon, and I feel like the moon is the March card. So the moon here shows that in March you might be like, oh my god, there's just so much going on, I don't know if I can like handle the, you know, you may feel a lot under pressure in March. And to be honest, the moon also shows like, you know, you may have in February been sort of like leaving sort of the emotional aspect out of things, and all of a sudden in March it like just catches up to you. So it's just something to keep in mind. Remember, you have free will as well, so that can also impact things. Like, for example, if you just control or sort of let your emotions control you and guide, like more so guide you, not control you, but guide you, then you may feel less of this emotional energy in March. The moon here also shows hidden things coming to light. Okay, so certain people around you might have been like hiding things, and all of a sudden you're seeing the light, you can see through them. Okay, there could be friends who have perhaps been lying to you, and then all of a sudden you can like see that they've been lying to you. So it's interesting, there's a lot of like lies and illusions and secrets that come to light here in March, which is very interesting. So this is April, which is the Hermit. Okay, and I'm an upright reader. The Hermit shows you really being in your own energy for majority of the month. It also shows you really taking matters into your own hands, using the light to guide you as well. It seems to me like you're really done with people who are just not there for you, or are treating you like you're a doormat. So you're like, well, I'm going to take matters into my hands. It's your loss, right? It's that kind of energy that I'm really picking up on here with the Hermit. Is you're like, it's actually your loss. It's not my loss. It's your loss. And then you've got here the Knight of Swords in May. It shows you just having a lot of momentum and carrying on and not being too concerned with what everybody else is always doing. You're like, you know what, I have a life as well, and I'm going to live it, and I'm going to be the best version of myself. You can't stop me. I am who I am. Who are you to stop me? And look, this momentum carries forward into June. So letting go and perhaps distancing yourself away from people who are like just not doing the right thing for you or with you actually brings you so much good momentum as well. And when you get into June, you will start to really feel very, very happy. There's also this auspicious energy where you could be gaining more money in June as well. Now this could be through a career-related event, so it could be to do with promotions, or it could be to do with a bonus. It could also be to do with perhaps inheritance. Oh my god, wow. Inheritance, there we go. So that could be very exciting as well. It's nice to see. Okay, so interesting. The group before this one actually got the World card in the same exact placement. So what the Wheel of Fortune here is really showing you is that as you gain a lot of momentum through everything that's sort of happened here, the Wheel of Fortune shows that you are gaining so much prosperity. But, and I say this but very seriously, is that you may find that when you get into July with this wild card, that actually you're feeling quite isolated. You're feeling like, okay, well, I sort of distanced myself from all these people, but now I've lost all these people. It's actually a blessing in disguise, okay, if you are distanced from certain people, because it shows here a lot of chaos and a lot of other things happening, but it shows you protected and actually shows you much, much happier in this little bubble. So keep that in mind. It also shows that you are working really, really well when you are just feeling so satisfied within yourself and you don't have people lying or saying things behind your back. You just flourish so much more as well. So it's a blessing in disguise. You have some beautiful things opening up for you also in June. So June, July, very strong months. Oh wow, so is August actually. Look at this, August. See? It's almost like that you feel like there's a little bit of a setback, right? A bit of a setback, and then you push forward and you see abundance. You might feel, oh, I'm a bit isolated. You might feel like it's a bit of a setback, and then boom. You know, so it's a little bit like the bow and the arrow, right? The bow gets pulled back. Sorry, the arrow gets pulled back, and you can think, oh no, the arrow's going backwards. But then when you let go, the arrow goes forward 10 times more. So you may feel like it's a setback, but the setback is actually the blessing. Okay, so if there's one thing you need to know about your 2021 is that any setback you face is actually a blessing in disguise. Because here in August, you are feeling extremely, and I mean extremely, strong, happy, content, gossip-free, drama-free, and just really coming into your own with a lot of abundance. And I'm not just talking money, like money is a part and a factor that I do pick up here, but it's also about how you feel internally, emotionally, mentally, right? These things really impact us as well. So here you are really coming into your own. And also the King of Pentacles here shows opportunities can come knocking on your door when you start to feel this way and feel really good about yourself. Okay, so we've got here, for September, we have the Page of Pentacles, which is really lovely. Page of Pentacles, again, opportunities are coming knocking at your door, step by step. You may also have ideas on how you want to develop certain aspects or areas of your life. October, you've got the Ace of Cups, which also shows you feeling emotional. This may be the most emotional month of your entire year because you will start to have so much gratitude for how certain things that you may have felt were setbacks were actually really blessing you. So this is a month of realizations, especially in the last quarter. You're going to also, I feel also that there is this sense of like love as well in October as well, where you might feel the most loved you've ever felt in regards to like a partner, which is really interesting. So there could be like them talking to you about marriage or commitment or engagements and things like that. And then you've also got here in November, you've got the Hanged Man. Hanged Man is about spiritual awakenings and spiritual awareness as well. So that's a really strong month here for you, coming into your own and feeling so connected also to yourself as well. Beautiful, really beautiful. And December, Queen of Cups, see? You are coming into your own, and I think that November is going to be your like biggest spiritual growth period of, you know, in the entire year. But it's connecting you to your vulnerability, your emotions, and also your gut and your instincts. See, that's all really growing here in November. And in December, you're going to come out of it really feeling very connected. For many of you, you may also find that your sort of psychic abilities really develop towards the end and the last quarter of 2021. So that's also something to really keep in mind as well. But you've got a lot of progression, a lot of good energy coming your way. And remember, any setbacks you face are actually blessings in disguise. So I'm going to use the charm board now, and I will show you all of the charms once I've got them. So I'm going to do this in two stages. I'm going to do first month and then second month, but I'm going to talk about it all at once. It's just that it's easier for me to do that. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so January hasn't actually got anything in there. So you've got these sort of two that are balancing between months as well. So if we go to February, we saw, of course, the Two of Pentacles, right? The Two of Pentacles where you're juggling many things, right, all at once. It's interesting. You've got also two rackets as well, so you might be constantly sort of like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like you're trying to be the best team player you can and also try and balance everything. So balance is the biggest message here as well in terms of February. We go to March, we of course have the Moon card, you know, as I mentioned before as well. So in regards to March, what we do have here is we've got here the butterfly, which shows transformation. Okay, so if you have been constantly speaking to people who have not respected you, here's your moment of transformation where you're like, goodbye, I'm going to float away like a butterfly. You can't control me, you can't say these kinds of things, you can't be mean to me. No, I'm going to, you know, big time for transformation in that sort of end of first quarter key as well. So you're finding the keys, you're understanding the meanings of what you also want as well. And then you've also got here Paris, which is really interesting as well. Now, it could be that perhaps you're really interested in Paris. Could be the other person is maybe French. There's something about France and just Paris coming through here, but this can also be about sort of traveling and sort of like moving away from this entire situation and feeling like, wow, you know, I treated this person like they were something really amazing and actually they are not, and kind of like moving away from that. It's like monumental, I would say. Then you've also got here as well this charm which says, love you, love you, love you. So interestingly enough, right, for some of you this could be in regards to love, like you sort of understand someone's like true character as well, but it's also quite romantic as well. So there's something about Paris coming through. And for some of you, it could also be someone that has perhaps been really unemotional towards you, actually showing emotion, finally, and kind of showing you that they love you, that they care for you, right? So that's also the Paris energy. Like, it doesn't always have to be like bad, like this person's gossiping about you or talking badly about you. It can also be them saying nice things about you as well, and having romantic feelings towards you, and then they express it, right? So you've got the compass here as well. So that also shows that they're maybe being guided to tell you how they feel, so that, you know, all of that they've kept within themselves is finally coming to light. And then also between March and May, we also have here good night, good night, good night. So you might be getting some nice good night messages as well. You know, of course, we have got that moon energy, which is also about sort of nighttime as well. Interesting. So you might be getting some good night messages. Aww, how lovely. So March, April. Let's go to April. So in April, we've also got here the dragonfly. So this is about really, again, just like trying to move forward, finding balance as well. You've got here the eye. I think a lot of focus is really going towards yourself from April to June, right? Because that's what I'm seeing here. We've also got the leaf here as well. This is also about personal growth and transformation. We've also got here faith with the star. And blessed, like you're really taking yourself into consideration here, and I'm not surprised because you have, of course, got the hermit as well. Okay, so that kind of belongs in between those two, but we've already spoke about it. Then we go to May with the Knight of Swords, and you've got here the bus. Okay, so there's a school bus. This again is about you just gaining a lot of momentum and going forward and learning, right? So school bus, not surprised by that. You've also got the picture frame as well, so you might be thinking like, okay, maybe it's time to replace what was in the picture frame and to make room for the new, okay, because it's an empty picture frame. And you've also got here as well the swan. It's interesting, it's a black swan. Dun dun dun. So, you know, it kind of shows like maybe you thought this person was one way and actually they ended up being very, very different. You know, so it's one of those things. Then for June, you have got, of course, the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune has the letter, well, Fortune has a T in it, but this is more so an initial that could be your name or their name or a company, for example. The letter T here has some significance. You've also got here a I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. I keep thinking it's maybe a jaguar, but to be honest, I'm not really sure what this animal is. Regardless, this is about having that fighting spirit to move forward, right? Then we go into July, which was the wild card, as I have seen. So it's got here just for you. So yeah, see, it's really about you. And you may feel a little bit isolated, which is quite interesting, but that's literally what we've got there. But remember, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. August, we've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, it's a blessing. You've got this clothes peg as well. Security, you know, like holding things together. Stability. Now we go to September. Got a lot in September. So Page of Pentacles, you know, a lot of discovery as well. It could be that you go on holiday. You've got a starfish here. You've also got a cat as well. There's some interesting like new business ideas or ideas in general that you may have, because you've got a cat, you've got a tortoise, you've got a key, you've got I think this is a sport as well, or like exercise, but you've got a lot going on in September. You've also got here as well the Sun, which is all about growth and prosperity. You've also got a cross, which is about faith. You've got the Angel of Protection. Wow. And you've also got here the diamond, which I think this represents the wands, right? But it's really interesting because you've got that sort of like energy of wanting to do lots of different things. You're being quite creative and you're still taking your time sort of exploring all of these things that you want to do. Now, when we get into October, remember I said it's going to be one of the more emotional months, and it's going to be one of the best months really for personal growth as well. You've got here a crown, okay, which shows you finding yourself and feeling quite victorious, emerging victorious. You've also got blessed as well, so you're feeling very, very good in that sense. Mermaid as well, like it's definitely a very emotional month. It kind of seems miraculous for you as well. And you've also got forever as well. Remember I said it's quite emotional also in regards to like partners as well, so you know, your lover, for example. You've also got the spanner here as well, you know, feeling like, okay, I was able to do the most that I could to fix certain situations, and it was okay in the end. You've got here, it just keeps going. You've got here beautiful as well. So things are looking rather beautiful for you in this month. You've also got the autumn kind of leaf as well, or just a leaf in general. Okay, you've also got here love. Yeah, so things in regards to your love life, really beautiful. And also in terms of your intuition as well. You've got here, yeah, so you've got a lovely cocktail, which also shows celebration as well. Okay, so that's really, really lovely to see. And we haven't got anything in November, but we know it's a very spiritual month. And then in December, see? You got an eye. Aye. Aye, Captain. But yeah, Queen of Cups really feeling quite strong within yourself and everything that's going on for you. So that's really beautiful to see. So this is your reading, group number 3. So if this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items which are on Etsy. And definitely do take care as well. Alright, so I'm going to move on to group number 4 now. And I'm just going to move along from these charms so that I can put them back into my charm box, which is a little bit small, so they always seem to like fall out of there. Okay, let's do this. I still missed one. There we go. Alright, cool. Last group. We're almost there. Alright, group number 4, last but never least. Here is your January to December reading. You have chosen this beautiful jug, which is just so beautiful, so I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to pull a card for each of the months, and also I'm going to be doing the charm reading as well. January through to December. It's going to give us lots of information as well for the year as a whole, which is going to be very exciting. Okay, so yeah, we will definitely have a look and see what's coming through. So let's get started with your cards. So let's start first of all with January and see what's happening 2021. Sun. Wow, okay, so we start January off with the sun. So this shows growth, it shows happiness, it shows fulfillment, it shows progression, it shows motivation, it shows movement, it shows you feeling good. You're like, hell yeah, this is a new year, this is a fresh, clean slate, a brand new start. I'm going to move along with things. I am going to do what I need to do. I'm going to progress. Like, hell yeah, this is my time. This is it, you know, so that's the sun here. Absolutely beautiful. January is really, really lovely in that sense, okay? So if you have been looking for opportunities, there could be an opportunity that rings for you in January. This could be in terms of career. It can also be in terms of love as well. I see a lot of warmth here also. And I see this warmth getting so much stronger in February, because this is a spark. You know, the Ace of Wands is like really intense. So this warmth and happiness only really continues into February, where you feel like, wow, these opportunities, they weren't just like a fluke. They're here to stay, and it's here to progress. And the Ace of Wands shows that, you know, that spark, like it progresses and it gets so much stronger and so much better. Three of Wands for March. We've got here the Queen of Pentacles for April. For May, we've got the Eight of Wands. And then for June, we have here the Nine of Wands. Wow, okay, so February brings you a lot of very, very lovely. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea quickly because my throat is just going to give up on me. February brings you a lot of creative energy. You might feel like doing DIY things. You might be feeling like, oh, I want to start cooking, or I want to do this, or I want to go on a diet, or I want to focus more on this, or I want to make dresses, or, you know, like there's something about that where you might be doing like DIY stuff. You might say to yourself, oh, I'm going to build a bookshelf. There's a lot of that creative energy coming through in February where you want to embark on these things that make you feel good, make you feel excited, and also can be you wanting to embark on progressing your career as well, right? Looking for opportunities, etc. So all of this really happy, positive energy translates into, let's do something about this. You know, let me progress towards it as well. Even if you gain opportunities here in January, you want to like progress on things, and that's what I see here. Third month, you've got a number 3, which is the Three of Wands. March here is bringing you patience. It's also bringing you a bit of a wait, like you might be waiting for certain things to go through in March, which I think is quite interesting. Can also be you retreating, maybe taking a bit of a, you know, break as well. It could be holiday vibes. Then into April, we've got here the Queen of Pentacles, which shows you feeling very confident, very solid, very happy with your financial situation, your living situation. Perhaps even for some of you, love-wise, you're feeling quite happy, quite content as well. May brings you the Eight of Wands, which shows a lot of momentum, a lot of communication with people around you. It brings a lot of energy where essentially you're feeling very, very confident with the progression of things in your life. You're feeling like, oh my God, nothing can go wrong. You know, there's progression, there's happiness, there's momentum. And that continues into June, which shows a lot of wondering, pondering, contemplating, thinking, and reflecting upon what's already happened this year. Because in the year of 2021, because so much has been happening. You know, you've gained opportunities, you've gained a sense of fulfillment, there's been a lot of progression, there's been a lot of happiness, there's been a lot of joy as well. And then July brings you some kind of a trip. You might be moving houses, you might be moving to a new country. There's some kind of movement I see here with the Chariot, which is really showing you feeling quite emotional, yet very, very fulfilled. And so I see here that there is a big opportunity that you do get somewhere along here that gives you the opportunity to move or to travel or to purchase, you know, a place of your own, for example, or to move into a bigger place, for example, or into a nicer location or area with the Chariot card. So that's really quite significant in that sense. Really lovely, actually, to see. So then you've got the Page of Swords in August. Okay, Page of Swords in August, you're feeling very, 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 very active, very happy, very confident. Page of Swords also shows that there could be someone romantically that really wants to talk to you, wants to sort of like move things along with you as well. And so this can also coincide with what we saw here. Perhaps there is someone here that's just like, oh, move in with me, or they could be like, oh, you know, how do you feel about moving in with me? And so that could also be a thing, right? It could also be in regards to love. So keep that in mind, because I am reading for a lot of people, you know, but that's something that I'm seeing here, is that there's definitely this energy of travel and progression. Okay, I'm just pulling the November and December cards. Okay, so November here brings the Hangman. There was another group that had Hangman in the exact same placement for November. Wow, okay, and December brings you the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, wow, oh my god, okay. You've got a lot of opportunities coming your way in 2021. It's very obvious here that there's something quite major happening around July, and in August you're feeling so, so happy. It's almost like you're feeling like a child. You're feeling super playful, super excited, super fulfilled in regards to everything that's opening up for you here. Also in regards to what do you call this month? I can't. August, there we go. Oh wow. So yeah, and then in September you've obviously got Libra season as well. Justice also came out actually. I think it was group number 1 that got Justice in the exact same placement as well. So that's really interesting. This can also be you going through legal documents, going through certain contracts and things like that. It also shows a sense of balance and fulfillment. So it's something that I see here in October, is that there are some perhaps legal issues or contracts that get resolved in October. This is September. That get resolved in September. As we get into October, we've got here balance, and we've also got here perhaps another trip, or a place that you go to. There's some kind of traveling involved here, which is again just really eye-opening to your spiritual self. So in November you're going to be thinking about this particular trip that you took, and you're going to start to really see things in a different light. You know, when you go to a specific place and you think, wow, that was really eye-opening. That's what I feel is happening here. And then it continues into November as well, where you're aligning to your gut and your intuition, and you're starting to see through certain people, see through certain situations that are not good for you, and you're thinking to yourself, do I really need that in my life? You know, can I move past that? And I see here in December you being very, very clear about what you want, because this situation here has really opened up your eyes. And I think the opportunities you've gained in the rest of this month, especially at the beginning of this beginning of this year, they're just very, very powerful opportunities, and you're going to feel so grateful, but you're going to use it as a way to progress even further. But because you have really connected to yourself spiritually, and oftentimes people do say the more spiritually you're connected to yourself, the more you can actually attract in your life as well, because you're connecting to yourself. And when you connect to yourself, the universe loves it, right? So basically I see a lot of progression happening through 2021. I also see love here really growing. It can also be that some of you perhaps get a proposal, or you get into a committed relationship around the end of this year. But I'm seeing also that for some of you this is like engagement as well, because I see this like really happy, like family, stable energy as well coming through in December, which can also be really very, very beautiful. So that's something that's also coming through very, very strongly. So that's what we've got there. All right, so the charms will give us a lot more information and a lot more clarity as well. Okay, so let's get onto that. So I'm going to do half and then half for the pulls. And then second half. Ooh. Let's put that right there. Okay, so let's have a look. So if we start with January, okay, we had of course the Sun card, and the only charm we have here is the Eye. I'm so sorry for those of you wearing headphones. Okay, so you've got here Eye. This could be an initial in your name or in someone else's name, but this is also about yourself, right? You yourself are gaining all of these beautiful opportunities, and you're feeling very, very happy. A lot of beautiful solar energy coming through in January. Now for February, we didn't actually get anything. Okay, so we're going to move on to March, in which we got the Three of Wands with the Mermaid. Okay, so there's a sense of like retreating and patience. sort of like this waiting energy, but also you sort of like considering your opportunities and your options as well. So that's what we have there. So in April, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, what's really beautiful here is the Queen of Pentacles shows stability and opportunity. You've also got here this handheld mirror, looking at yourself and realizing, you know, I'm the one that got these opportunities. Like, I am worthy. You know, I'm worthy. I really am. So this is also about your self-confidence as well. You've also got the cowrie shell as well. This is really, really lucky. So I think that a beautiful amount of abundance is really going to hit you in April, where you actually do believe more in yourself as well. And then you've also got here this clear crystal, and you've also got the heart chakra crystal as well. So you're feeling so much more confident in yourself, and you're really loving yourself, probably I'd say the most around this time, believe it or not, where you're just feeling so confident and so strong and aligning to your highest self. You might also be spending a lot of time in nature as well. That helps to open up the heart chakra. We know that the Queen of Pentacles is surrounded in nature. We've also got here an animal as well, so again, not surprised by that. And you've also got here a crab. Oh no, this is not a crab. It is the sun as well, right? So you're really surrounded here perhaps by nature, by flowing water, which I think is very interesting. And then also you've got here the full stop as well. I think in like America they call this like the period sign, right? But here we call it the full stop, which is just like, you know, full stop, take a breather, you know, stop for a second. So that's what we've got in April. A lot of stability and maturity for sure. Then we get into May and we've got, you know, a lot of momentum, a lot of growth, a lot of progression. We've got here the rose quartz moon, okay, which shows using your intuition to also move forward as well, but also a sense of healing, right? Movement also shows you progressing, not staying stuck in a particular situation. And also we've got here the spanner as well. You might be trying to fix certain connections or bonds with family members, friends, or perhaps even a lover as well. So we have got that spanner of like wanting to fix things, using your tools to do so. As we get into June, we have the Nine of Wands, okay? So Nine of Wands has this black swan, and you also have here blessed as well. Like, you're definitely seeing things in a different light around June, and you're starting to see yourself as very blessed. So instead of seeing things as a curse, you're seeing them as a blessing. You know, you're starting to see like, okay, maybe if I am surrounded really only by my own energy and I'm feeling a little bit isolated, maybe that's a blessing that I'm not surrounded by people who could take everything away from me, you know? So always take things sometimes as a blessing as well. We haven't really got anything here in July, and in July we did have the Chariot, but we pretty much explained the Chariot very, very well. So in August, we had the Page of Swords, right? This shows a fun, exciting energy of like just movement and growth and happiness. You've got here the leaf as well. So that shows movement, shell, coming out of your shell. And then you've also got Om as well, okay? So you may be quite spiritual, you might chant Om. This is actually very peaceful as well. It really relaxes your body. And you've got here the letter Q. I believe this is the letter Q. Yeah, it's Q. So that's very interesting. Could be in somebody's name or something like that. It's an initial. Could be in your name. September brings us justice. It brings us justice. So you've got here the leaves as well, which shows a lot of growth, right? And you might be going through like contracts or things like that. You've also got a gun here as well. That's really interesting. So this is about being quite focused. And then of course you've got this key as well. So you're trying to unlock something. You're trying to see the truth in something as well. So again, contracts and things like that. Two of Wands we also spoke about as well. There could be a trip that you take here that really opens up your eyes. You've got a lot here going on. Okay, this was more so for December, this clock. So yeah, you've got here imagine. So it's something really sparks your imagination, something that you see or a place that you go to. You've also got dog here with loyalty as well. And also intuition, like dogs are very intuitive as well. You've got here another key. You've got here another key. It perhaps allows you to know that, okay, I've had those two padlocks in my life for such a long time, and you might have been searching for answers, and here you are finding those answers. You also have here the wing as well, angel wing, which shows a sense of protection as well. And also you've got here the blue crystal. To me this represents you might go somewhere where there's like a lake, or there is maybe an ocean, like beach, but I see that here also in the card as well, right? You see it right there, there's like a lake there. Okay, November brings us the Hanged Man. It says, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You may be saying this to yourself, like personal affirmations. Also, very spiritual month because you've also got hope as well. You're really aligning to your personal intuition from something that has happened here in October. And then in December, you've got here, we're all mad here. In December, you've got we're all mad here. But you just feel really good. There's like, perhaps you end up in a company or you know, your partner's family, for example, they're just like, you know, they always make fun and maybe they're like, oh, we're all mad here, you know, but it's like such a nice environment, you know, because that could actually be quite telling of something. Then you've also got that huge smile as well, like, oh, we're all mad here, but it's just like jokes, you know, and fun and excitement and happiness. So that could also really mean something. As Ace of Pentacles, and you've got here also the time as well. Okay, so of course there's a little while to go until then, but also it shows that it kind of like the best things sometimes take a lot of time to come together as well. It's one of those things. So it's really interesting that you have got that there. I hope that this gave you tons of clarity, information and knowledge, you know, really helps you in your path, and definitely do take care of yourself and stay safe as well, everybody. Okay, so yes, take care, everyone. Bye. Also, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, do check out the description box below as well, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information is also in the description box below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I want to mention is my intention bracelets are on Etsy as well. Okay, so everything is linked down below. Take care, everyone. Bye.